Kat, our first time
Hi.
call out of
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Kat.
Kat, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thank you. Well, total subject change here,
Yeah.
180. So I apparently have been involved with a man who's a narcissist. Didn't realize, didn't want to think it, began seeing the tendencies. Listen to you had a short that I listened to the other day, which really gave me some clarity, stating that it's actually a spirit of narcissism and the person doesn't seem to want it out, so there's nothing you can do. I guess my confusion lies where there were, well, no, I'm not even going to get into the relationship. I'm just saying I'm kind of a fixer person, and so I don't even know how to approach him. He left me. I know the thing is for them to just start over, leave and start over, no actual breakup. And that sounds pretty much what happened here a few days ago. I'm moving on. I'm moving on, but still feel some compassion toward this person, and just wonder if there's anything beyond the comment that it's a spirit. Maybe they don't want it out. If there's anything beyond that that I can do to help the situation.
Is this your boyfriend or your husband?
Yeah, a boyfriend of a year and 8 months.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
the week before he was talking about getting us a place together. He said, "I'm sorry, honey, I don't have the money to get us our own place." And, we were talking that way long term, and we're the love of each other's lives and all of those things. But, he says the right thing. But then I would try to tell him that it's confusing when sometimes his behavior doesn't coincide with his wonderful words.
And you were willing
So
to
it's a spirit, I guess.
you were willing to live with him without being married to him?
Kind of a sticking point. When the subject of moving in together would come up, I would have to have a discussion with him, but he's not too much into. He talks about a lot of wonderful things and is super smart and shares an awful lot with me, but when it comes to sitting him down and asking some questions, I guess in true narcissist form, that doesn't happen.
And so you were willing to live with him without being married to
Oh,
him? I'm so,
oh yes, that was your question. I'm sorry. Possibly.
you were?
Possibly. I mean, it's not really in my belief system, and we'd have to have a discussion about that and let him know that it's not my belief system.
And so were you going to say yes or no to living without being married?
Wow. I very well might have said yes.
And why were you willing? What's wrong with you that you were willing to live with
Yeah.
him without being married? What's wrong with you?
Just thinking that things could get better. Well, I know that's stupid, wishful thinking, but just because this man, before I realized about narcissism, he really is the love of my life. And we
How's he
see
the
that.
love of your life and you willing to do the wrong thing?
Ah. Wow. Yeah, that's a really good point.
No, that was a question.
I know. I did.
Hold on,
Good at
Kat.
this. It makes me think.
Hold on 1 minute, okay? Hold on. Let me take a quick break. Don't hang up, Kat. Back in a moment. Let me go quickly back to Kat, our first time caller out of
Hi.
Wisconsin. So, Kat, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, this is a fine question. I'm kind of a leave no stone unturned person, and I want to make sure that I've done everything I'm capable and responsible to do. In this case, this person has made some unilateral decisions.
How do you feel that now that he has dumped you? How do you feel?
I mean, it's hurtful. I'm functioning.
And what hurtful about it?
Just the deep commitment that we had numerous occasions both pledged. You know, we've both made our pledges and commitments. We feel like
What was
we've
your
known
pledge?
each other in the spirit before, and that
What
we're.
what were your pledge to him?
We pledged. I pledged my life to him, my commitments, my love, my partnership, my faithfulness,
What
and
no?
he pledged all of that to me first.
And so, your love? Where are you getting your love from that you're giving him?
My spirit, my being, who
What?
I am.
And who are you?
I am a loving, peaceful, responsible human being.
And what's loving about you?
A willingness to love the right person, to let who I think is the right person in. If we're talking about an emotional relationship.
And so, what's loving about you?
What's loving about me? I'm supportive. I'm caring. I'm trusting.
But all those things you're doing those things because you want something back. You're not doing those things out of love. You're doing those things out of a hidden agenda. You want something back.
Okay.
Is that true?
In a committed relationship, yes.
And so why do you call that love when you're doing it because you want something back, not because you love them?
Well, that's why I'm still being somewhat open to what is going on, you know, because I see possibilities, but I am giving, I am loving, and yes, I would.
If you didn't
in
want
my mate, I would want all that back.
Right. If you didn't want anything back, would you still be a loving person?
Yes.
And then, so why do you want something back then?
Well, I can still love the person from a distance and not be involved anymore.
And so, Kat, who are you? Tell me who Kat is.
Crickets, hey. Like I say, I love animals. I respect life, all life forms. Maybe a little less when it comes to snakes, but I respect life forms. I try to help them. I help others, and when what little there has been a specific male in my life, I've had two close relationships. One was a marriage before, and wound up divorced after 15 years.
So far you told me about your emotions and what you do, but you have not told me who you are.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, I can talk about my emotions and what I do, but I don't know how to be more specific about that.
You're not even telling me who you are?
Oh, well, I'm a female who grew up in the Midwest. I have 4 adult children who are wonderful. I have 12 adorable, wonderful grandchildren.
So you're still not telling me who you are. You're telling me what you have, where you live, what you've done. But you're still not telling me who Kat is. You're telling me about your emotions. You're telling me about where you live, what you're doing. You hate the snakes. But you still haven't told me who you are.
I'm a spiritual being. I
What does
have a
that mean?
physical body right now.
What does that mean
It
that you're a
means
spiritual being?
it means that I believe we are all made of spirit at our core. We're on this earth right now temporarily.
What is a
Um,
spiritual being? I don't know what that means.
your spirit, your soul, your gut, your innermost you. You take
How do
away
you
this
know
body,
that? How do
and
you
you
know
still
that?
have
How do you know
because
that?
of my faith, because God is spirit, because we are created from God by God,
And
and
so
God
is
has
that something
made
you
certain
know for
promises.
sure or you read about or heard about?
No, I know this.
And how do you know
I
that
know
for
this, and I've
sure?
heard. Well, I have heard and been taught about it, but I believe it, and I've had experiences with God, and um, that's just the core of who I am.
Who is God?
The creator of all life.
How do you know that?
I read it in the Bible. I see it around me every day.
Okay,
I believe it.
Kat, I want you to take a week, a few days, and discover who you are and let me know. Call me back and let me know who you are. Let me ask you,
Okay.
and this is what I'll ask you too. Why do you play God?
Why do I play God?
Yes, you pretend to be God. Why do you play God?
Oh my God! I don't think I pretend to be God.
If
I
you
don't think I'm that at all. I
so,
don't think
why do
I'm
you
in
play
control of
God
anything.
then? Why do you play God?
Wow. That's not in my vocabulary or in my thought
You
for a
said you
person
wanna.
to
You
play
said
God.
you wanna help people. You're trying to help
Hmm.
the narcissistic man that just left you. You're a helpful person. A helpful person is a person that's trying to play God. Why do you play
Oh,
God? Why do you play God?
well, like I said, I like to fix things. If I see a solution or
But you
think there
can't
could
fix
be a
it.
solution,
You cannot
but it's
fix
not always. I
anything.
know it's not up to me. There's always another person or persons involved, and it's not up.
But
Things are not up to me.
you can't fix anything. You can't even fix yourself. Why play God?
Hmm. Yeah.
No, that was a question.
Well, I don't think I'm playing God.
What do you think you're doing when you're trying to fix yourself and others? If you're not playing God, what are you doing?
Well, others, not the whole entire world. Just if there's someone I know who I love, and I think maybe they need help, if they want help, and it's something I can do, something in my realm that I can do for someone.
You can't fix yourself or anyone else, so why do you play God?
Wow. I just don't see it that way. I don't have an answer for you.
And why don't you want to see the reality that you're playing God?
Well, I will think about that.
No, I'm asking, why
I
don't you want to see that?
well,
Why do
why
you
don't I want
call
to
it
see that?
something other than what it is?
Because I prayed a prayer um, about a year and 9 months ago, and I in my living room, and I walked off, and I literally forgot about it. And a couple weeks later, this man came to my door. It was an appointment. It was something I ordered, whatever, and we wound up about a month later going out for coffee a couple times, and began spending more time, and began realizing, maybe our spirits had a bond from a past, from history, because we're on this plane such a short time. And so we just began bonding and spending time and getting to know
Is
each
this the
other.
same guy
And
you say is a narcissistic person?
yeah.
Oh, so
So
Satan
at
sent you, you prayed to Satan and he sent you a man?
No, I don't pray to Satan.
But then you got this man that he sent you was from the devil, right?
No,
But you
I don't
said he was
believe that.
narcissistic. He left you. You think he was from God?
That's the confusing part.
Would
I
God
prayed
send
this
you
prayer. He showed up.
Would God send you a narcissistic man?
Oh, didn't think of that. I don't know.
You think God might send you a narcissistic man?
I wasn't looking for that.
You say you prayed for it.
For that. I prayed for some specific things, and there were some signs that I didn't even recognize at first. But as weeks went by, it's like, oh my God, that's something I prayed about.
Kat,
and I kept it to myself.
Kat, do you think you prayed to God and God possibly sent you a narcissistic man?
Could have, because this world is not perfect.
So God give you bad.
I am not perfect.
You believe that God give you bad gifts?
No.
But then you said possibly God sent them to you.
Yeah.
But you said God doesn't give you a bad gift. Is a narcissistic man a bad gift or a good gift?
Well, there was so much good. There was so much good.
There was nothing good in that. Zero.
Oh.
It was all an illusion in your mind about him and in your mind about you. It was an illusion. Why don't you stop limiting your imagination and live in reality?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense.
That was a question.
Yeah. Just because I see other things, I tend to see both sides of the fence. I see the good, I see the bad.
You see all bad, you see no good. And you're calling good bad. Anytime somebody sees both sides of the fence, they're seeing all evil and calling it good.
Wow.
Why don't you drop your anger so you can see?
My anger at what?
Period.
Drop my anger so I can see. Well, I'll absolutely work on that because I didn't know I was doing that.
You didn't know you had anger?
I mean, some things can get me angry.
So you didn't know you
had... I don't walk around as an angry person.
You didn't know you had anger?
No, I didn't think I was hanging on to anger.
But did you know you had anger? You have anger.
Yeah, like they say, some things I can get angry at. But
at the reason you get anger at, because the anger is inside of you.
Oh.
Why do you think your kids can't stand you?
Why do you say that?
Why do you think they can't stand you?
Why do you say that?
No, answer the question first, then I'll tell you why I said it.
Because holding on to hope when they were younger, I argued with their dad in front of them. At first, I never did. But then I thought, well, maybe they need to know there's two sides, and that was just so stupid of me. But I think it hurt my kids a lot.
Have you apologized to your children for turning them away from their father?
I apologized to them for my behavior.
Why have you
and for hurting them?
Why have you apologized to them for turning them away from their father and playing victim?
Well, I think they have made their choices and
they didn't make that choice. You made the choice when you turned them away from their father with your evil spirit.
Well, they're like 40 now, and
Well, you better hurry up and
the ones that
apologize.
want have a relationship with him, they know what he's about. I mean, he too turns out was a narcissist and only wanted his family around him on his birthday and Christmas so he could get gifts.
Cat.
And
Cat.
they saw that.
Cat.
Yes.
You know who the true narcissist is?
What? You're going to say me?
Look in the mirror.
Wow.
You're looking at these other people calling them a narcissistic when it's really you. You screwed up your children by turning them against their fathers, playing victim. You ran off your first husband. Now you ran off this man that you just met. And you're calling them the narcissist when it's really you because you don't want to face you. You don't want to overcome your hell.
Wow.
How will you ever be free if you don't see that you're in hell?
Right.
Your misery is your hell.
Well, that makes sense now that I hear it.
Your mother still living?
No.
Forgive your mother. She recreated you in her image in the same way you did your children. Your mother was from hell, and she passed her hell on to you, and you passed that hell on to the children.
Wait.
And now they're going to pass it on to their children.
What do you mean my mother was from hell?
How do you think you created you? How do you think you became like you are? It came from your mother. Your anger, her.
Well, I came from two parents.
I know, but your mother
came from two parents.
But it's your mother that turned you away from your father. She played victim.
My dad and I were very close.
And she didn't like that. The worst thing for a child is to be close to their father. Their mother will destroy that child. Any child that look like their father, boy or girl, or close to their father, the mother will destroy you. Because she hates your father, so she hates any image of your father. And she's jealous.
Oh. I understand the parallels you're drawing or what you're saying, but you'd have to know my parents and they had a loving relationship. They loved us kids.
No, they didn't. You wouldn't have ended up screwed up if they didn't love you. Look how screwed up you are. You're narcissistic. But, Kat, I got to run.
Okay.
Will you call me again?
Sure, yes.
Will you smoke on these things?
Smoke on them? Well, there's a good... Tell me what you mean.
Think about it. The point, see how much applies to you so you can overcome it.
Yes. All right. I appreciate this. Thank you for your questioning me and making me think about things that never occurred to me. And because I do want answers. I do want help. I do want to be... One of my prayers is, for me to see clearly. And so you're right now helping me to do that. And
you take your eyes off everybody else and just look at you, and you see what's going on inside of you. You're going to understand the world outside of you, inside of others. And go to rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. And I want you to do the silent prayer so God can bring you out of the darkness of your imagination.
All right.
rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. Let me know how it goes.
Thanks, Jesse.
You're welcome, Kat.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.